It's so good not to be important.
All right, we are live on the internet.
Woo!
Yay! Hi.
Hi. All right, so in the announcements channel, I went ahead and dropped a link to the Hangouts and also to the agenda. So if you're interested in following along, we're going to start with our updates, board-related stuff. So I'm going to toss this to Jamie or to Dan, actually, to Dan for our financial updates.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll talk.
Toss it to my training.
Talk loudly.
Talk loudly.
I will. Okay, so everything in the books looks pretty good. You know, it actually shows over the last 30 days, it shows a loss of about 1,500, but that's because of a bunch of annual only stuff that comes up every, you know, once every year, the insurance and other things like that that we have to cover. In December, we brought in $120 in classes for the welding classes. We lost 3 members and gained 2. One of the out of the 3 that left, one was a distance issue, one was financial, and one was a PayPal issue that may get resolved. Hopefully, probably it just may take another month. So we have 122 members, including, of course, the family members in special cases.
Yay!
Yay.
Questions from your dad?
I have another thing that goes that listed on the agenda further down. The PayPal thing that I received today.
Oh, go for it.
So, as is tradition, with most PayPal emails, they go into a spam type folder for me. But I was just having to look through there and kind of clearing some stuff out, and I saw one that I got like a week ago that was an update of the way PayPal operates. And it said, hey, you need to update your information on PayPal so you continue to use the service the way you've always loved. And I'm like, that sounds weird. I don't want to click on any links. They're asking for my PayPal information. So sure enough, I went to their site, I logged on, and it's like, oh, by the way, if you want to continue to like pay using PayPal from your bank account or from your PayPal balance or like doing things other than transferring money to your bank account, we need some more information from you. Otherwise, they essentially almost deactivate your PayPal account. So if you haven't looked in a while, you should log on to your PayPal account and just double check everything because if it lapses, we you know.
I hunt you down.
We try to hunt you down, but we'd rather not hunt down everyone. And that's, I don't know if that's just for new members or what, but like I've been in PayPal member since like 2003.
They think you were laundering money, Mike.
Definitely.
Check the question. Do you have a bank account attached to it?
I have multiple.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would request you more information from me. That sounds really weird.
Did you ever get one of your Premier credit cards?
Yes.
Okay. Weird.
I mean, I would check
I have
anyway.
not, and I have not gotten that email either.
Yeah.
I would check anyway, especially if you're using a fictitious name in PayPal, if it's not your actual honest legal name, if it's your business name, or if it's like your cat's name or something, because we have like a good 15 or so members that don't use their legal names on PayPal. So go check.
It's not.
All I know is the money comes in, and it comes from funny names.
Yeah, they typed it up.
I have a key in our member
You
database
might
for
have
who
been able to
belongs to what
skip
PayPal.
through their.
Also, if it's not your normal email address, you should check that.
Yes, you
So
should.
I would encourage everyone to log into their PayPal accounts, not necessarily right now, but maybe tonight, and just check and make sure it's not asking you for more information. It was a little notification that popped up in the window for me that said, hey, by the way, check your PayPal address. Or check your PayPal information.
Anyway, any questions about our finances, hit up me or Dan.
Next item on our list is work table usage. So if you are not currently actively using a table and things have been sitting there for a while, please try to move them into storage. Table space is kind of at a premium out there. There's not a whole lot of place to work on stuff. So if you have something sitting on a table that's taking up a large amount of space, please try and move it off of those tables.
And by storage, each member gets 1 bin.
1 bin. There are exceptions for large projects that can be stored up on top and things like that, but those are kind of so.
If you don't move it, I'll lick it.
That would probably be a bad idea with the stuff in the middle.
Yeah, you probably don't want to do that.
I mean, that's up to you.
It's just if you lick it, then it becomes your project and you're responsible for storing it.
Yeah, back to you. I'm not gonna lick your stuff. I don't want to clean
Is
it up.
there any issue with using like the under areas of the woodshop tables? Because I've got like an air compressor for an air compressor.
If it's tools and stuff like that, it's not that big of a deal. But like if you've got And I don't mean to point at like the Power Wheel stuff, but like Power Wheel are taking it tables and stuff.
Okay,
That,
stuff like
that
that.
kind of stuff.
Okay.
If you leave a tool here, it might get used. If you're okay with that,
I got my name on it and tape it. If you want to use
Also,
it.
if you leave a tool here, it might get used and it also might get misused.
Yeah, for misplaced, yeah.
anything I've left here is stuff that's cheap enough that I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
So next item, annual meeting, it's gonna be on March
That was ready for that.
23rd of this year.
It's a home to home.
So we were going to talk about just 1 o'clock start or 1 o'clock start, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna be starting at 1 o'clock on the annual meeting. There will be food. It has not been decided what kind of food. But yes.
It will be able.
It will be, well, for most people, yes.
Does that mean it's for a calendar yet?
I don't think it has actually made it on the calendar yet.
It will be after tonight. We're waiting for the meeting to announce it and then put it on the calendar, do the forum post.
But we talked about it at the board meeting, which was Saturday.
What are the odds on cheese grits?
I don't know. Do you want to bring them?
We haven't decided on where we're getting the food yet. That will be decided in the next month. Also, annual meeting means board elections. So if anyone is interested in running for a position on the board of directors, we will have that information up soon.
TLDR, Mike and I expired, so nominate yourself to the board.
We have 3 positions opening up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are interested in being on the board, we are gonna kind of have a bit of a scare you session at the next board meeting. So if you want to know what goes on at board meetings, what the tasks are, and what we actually do as a board, come to our next board meeting if you're interested. Which is gonna, I don't know, it's on the calendar. We'll find out in a minute.
I'm very slow at calendar.
It's the next, it's after the next member meeting.
Yeah. It's,
right?
Mm-hmm. We're on that Sunday.
yeah.
Hang on.
Sunday.
That's right.
The February
Sunday.
17th.
Okay.
Yeah. So February 17th is our next board meeting. If you're interested in being on the board, if you have questions, if you want to see what goes on and behind the scenes, it's all work and it's no fun, just so you know.
That's a lie. It's some fun.
You get to enact draconian policies against your fellow lab members.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Annual meeting is definitely at 1 o'clock?
It's definitely in the afternoon on the 23rd.
I don't think we've ever started exactly on time, but if we tell you 1, we'll start by like.
It starts at noon.
It starts the day before,
Yeah,
from noon to the end of
starts
the
on
day.
You
Friday.
can't sleep at the lab.
Camp in the parking lot.
Well, no, because that's the day that I'm going out to.
The STEAM, the Orange County Library thing.
What time was that event?
I haven't put my hours in yet.
Yeah, no, it's not quite clear yet.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah, I forgot about that.
It wasn't on our calendar, I'm sorry. We will,
We'll talk it.
we'll talk. So yes, if you're interested, there'll be forum posts, there will be posts in Slack. There'll be a couple of forums that'll get posted as well. You can self-nominate, you can nominate somebody else, but don't nominate somebody else without at least speaking to them first. If you're interested in any of the rules that go along with this, our bylaws are on our wiki, and you can go through and check those to see what the requirements are.
And feel free to talk to us board members, probably mostly Dave and I, because Mike and Jamie are leaving and they don't give a fuck. But feel free to talk to us about it as well.
I've not given a fuck for the last 7 years.
We know.
Anyway,
Very much so.
so
I still have a couple bucks left. Yeah.
Actually, that next board meeting, I think it's set for February 10th, not the 17th. Just looking in our minutes, because I'm gone that weekend of the 17th.
We'll get it sorted. If you're interested in coming to the next board meeting, hit us up in the next couple weeks. It'll be on the FamiLAB calendar as well.
yes. All right. So Ops, who from Ops is speaking tonight?
I think it's Rubbish.
Surprise!
Come on down.
Bring your side.
Just this ready.
Okay, cool.
And then there's another morning.
Oh,
sorry.
It's on 2 Sundays.
No,
every
yes.
March, February, March. Yes.
We're on the circle today. What's throwing me off? Wait, where's the ops part start?
Where's this
Somewhere.
Hey, look at that. It says ops.
What have you
Okay.
been drinking? And how much?
It's just
Only the good stuff.
And where's
I
he
thought
getting
you said it was
pizza?
sun-kissed.
Anyway, moving on. Anyway, the first table is going to be first tonight. So if you want to get something from there, there's a lot of filament on there that Nick put on there. So if you want to get some free filament, that might or might not still be okay.
It's 3 millimeter.
3 millimeter
Wow.
filament. So that's what the Ultimate Gear was, right? Was that
I'm not
275?
sure. But it doesn't work in any of the lab printers.
There you go. That's the problem.
Also, it's been sitting in community for I don't know, a year or two.
Ultimaker
Yes.
was?
Is 27? I don't know.
I think the maker bot that's hanging on the print
Yes.
cleats also runs 3.
Okay. The other thing to note is that the purge table is for. It's not the way that purge table is supposed to be used. It's supposed to be used to purge stuff that's been lying around the lab, not necessarily as a stuff exchange for stuff you find at home and you want to bring in and like see if someone wants it. That's what stuff exchange is for. There's a Slack channel for that. So dumping a bunch of old air compressors on the purge table that you have at home that are sitting around, that's not what it's for.
First table's also a thing where it's not put on there and then 2 days later you see something on there you want, you take it. First table's on there for someone to realize they can't find their thing and it's there, they collect it, they put their name on it and put it back where it belongs. First table gets purged and becomes, purge table becomes free for all to ditch on member meeting, because we tossed it out at the end of the meeting. You want something on the purge table, take it. On member meeting day, not people. Yeah.
And if you do have something you want to get rid of, the stuff exchange Slack channel is a lot quicker the way they do that as well. You can post a picture of it to the Slack channel and everyone can look at it. And they can see if they want it or not. Okay, and then we also have, please clean up after yourselves. Remember that we don't have a janitorial service here. Everyone, the members maintain the lab.
What was that?
I said the members maintain the lab. So if you see the trash cans full or there's a mess on the table that you made or you want to clean something up, feel free to do that. We have cleaning supplies under the sink over there.
in the toilet.
Throw something at you. There's cleaning supplies underneath the sink. Underneath the sink in the laptop bar. Or if you have questions about it, if you're trying to find something, you can ask in the Slack channel. In general, we can let you know
Or
where to get it from.
ops and management.
Or ops or lab ops and management, yes. And of course, the lab is only as nice as you want to make it. So if we keep the lab nice and clean, it'll be nice and clean for everyone. A little bit of effort can go a long way. And we have show and tell. Who's made some cool stuff? Fuzzy and Emma have made some cool stuff.
Well, I made some cookies. Not yet.
Did you sell those straps?
I sold a few.
Ah.
I didn't bring any with me.
Wow.
So right here, you see just a regular doll, but on her, you see a dress. This is made out of a sock, and I made this.
Nice.
I made this out of a sock. Bye.
You want to?
Is there anything else to share?
Stuff.
One stuff for you.
Ooh.
It's all friction fit at the moment. I didn't know if you wanted to sand or paint this so we can come forward. That's okay.
You want to show it?
Oh yeah, you want to show it off?
Yeah, I hold it. Yes. I also have, I'll bring you an LED TV.
Camera's there.
I forgot. So, that's the thing.
Look at the camera this time.
Yes, hi. So this is Bulbasaur with a pumpkin tea-like thing. I made it for a friend around Halloween. It's just a couple models off of Thingiverse that I use Mesh Mixer to splice together. Works pretty well. It's actually pretty cool. And out of PETG, it is like a brick. And sticks very hard if you get the lid stuck on it. I think there was some shrinkage with the plastic, so yeah, that sticks hard.
Shrinkage affects everyone. Sorry. Other things.
Some finished things, some failed things.
There's a
So
camera
this-
right there.
Yes, I know.
Oh, laughing for something.
This I finally finished. Well, mostly.
Don't tase me, bro.
What is that?
So this is it's called the Last Dance from Destiny 2. It's one of the Amalon pistols. I made some decals using the laser cutter, which fell off. so I don't use those stickers again, unfortunately. But it's taken me months to get it working. Unfortunately, I need better springs, so that's not quite working.
Join Nerf Champ.
Yes. Speaking of that, so this is, I was doing this since before Maker Faire, and it's taken forever to finish, but it's mostly there. This was my follow-up project, which was meant to be a Nerf gun, and I've realized I have no background in engineering, so I have no idea what I'm doing. So I had two problems with this. The first problem was that the spring pressure on the springs I got were way higher than I thought they were. Oh, yeah, show it to the camera, that helps.
Did you listen to Will about the springs?
Camera's over there.
I should probably ask you questions. The trigger system I came up with had a bit of a hook to catch on. There's a plunger in there. I actually test fired it by hand, and it worked great. But the hook system, the trigger had a little bit of a slope that would push down a trigger bar that hooked onto the plunger. Except with combined with the spring pressure and the angle of the hook, you couldn't pull the trigger. It was just, you could not pull the trigger. Other problems, I don't know what happened on the bed or something. It's kind of hard to show on camera.
What?
I am gonna laugh.
This is heavy.
Just throw it at her. It's fine.
Alex, shut up.
Problem I had was, I don't know how it happened, but the two halves of the body ended up a couple degrees off. I don't know if it was plastic shrinking or what happened. They're the right dimensions, they're the right size. You could line it up at the bottom and then the top would be off by like a millimeter. So there's this weird, when I tried to put it together with the screws, it ended up really sticking. So everything combined, what I think I'm gonna do is ditch the Nerf gun idea, because that didn't work. I got a sound chip off Adafruit that I had working to do sound effects in it, which wouldn't fit with the Nerf gun design, but if I ditch that, there's plenty of room here to put the speaker. So I will do this again as just like a cosplay prop. It turned out looking really nice, and this was all done custom design in Fusion, which is really nice. Trying to do organic shapes in Fusion is interesting, but it was fun. Kind of sad that this didn't work, but also kind of happy that I can get the sound effects in there. And then just some smaller things. These are just designs that came off of I think it's my mini factory in Thingiverse. So this is an old World War I trench club design, just PLA plastic and finding the handle was annoying because every handle seems to be slightly different at the hardware store. So I went through about a dozen trying to find one that would actually fit, even though it's a standard size. But that was kind of fun.
Why didn't you just get a wooden gallows and just turn the lathe the right size you need?
Because I don't know how to use those big heavy machines yet.
You do.
Why didn't you print it the right size?
Roger does.
Because I found it out second. I printed the thing already, and it's designed for it's 1 1/8 inch. It's meant to be like broom handle size. So it's correct. The wood is just slightly different. So I just picked the right size of wood eventually.
If only we design wood.
It's so hard to find the right size wood.
Yeah. And then that's just a little.
It's never too. It doesn't fit.
Fair enough. And then that's just a little bone charm from the Dishonored games. I'm not a huge fan of them myself. My little brother, I got him a printer over the holidays, Maker Select Mini, smaller one. He found this design on Thingiverse, and he made one on his printer, and I made one on mine just so I could show him painting techniques. So it was a fun paint, and I found this nice faux leather cord that I could use for both of us, so it just kind of looks antique. So yeah,
cool.
I think the paint job turned out pretty okay. Yeah.
It passes the 3-foot test without problem.
Oh yeah, even from about here, you can't even tell it's printed. It's quite nice. So yeah. Besides this failing, I think everything's gone pretty well.
Is the red one from Fallout New Vegas the Alien Blaster?
No, this is the thirst separates from the Nuka World DLC from 4. So it's meant to be Nuka-Cola and it's sports stuff, which is what I was trying to get like the Nerf gun dart to. And the sound effects.
It's evidently perfect to give to that one person at the Nerf gathering who don't want to be shooting people. Alice, I would go to the Nerf gathering.
It was a really cool design where you could top load it and charge it, and it would be like a single shot, and that's stuck now. It was really cool, and I like the design. I just need to do it again and realize I'm not an engineer. So I'm an artist, not an engineer.
Okay, I crossed the line.
Good job. Hello.
I think that's it for showing the tap.
Oh, Willa's
got stuff.
Come here, Willa.
Come show the class your thing.
I exploded a real thing.
Look for successful nerf.
Oh, no. So the actual thing I meant to bring, it went up in flames in my house.
In your house? I feel like there's a story there.
If you
Is your
short
house
the DC
okay?
motor, your motor will smoke, and then it sparks. And then you email the manufacturer and say, I did a nerf. And they tell you that, yeah, you did. And then you buy more motors. But in the meantime, I printed some parts off Thingiverse, but this is a 7-round hammer shot cylinder. So if anyone's ever seen a Nerf hammer shot, they're really cool for doing steampunk stuff because they look like steampunk things anyway. You just paint them. But you can put a 7-rounder instead of a 6. It's awesome. And this is a speed loader for the Nerf Kronos, which is the pistol that I shoot everyone with that hurts.
Yes, it does.
Basically, you put all your rounds in this, and you just cram it on and slam it in, and it basically reloads really quickly. But
Are you
that's
going
my
to do
consolation
your camera shot as a steampunk thing?
No, this is actually for Kit.
Okay. I was gonna say
she
because I
needed
have a
parts,
box full
so-
of failed prints that work as a kit bashing kit.
Yeah.
So
But for spring
Don't bash
you,
Kit.
you might consider just like a jolt spring. Like a really, it's the basic tiny Nerf gun. But
I think the one I got was the. Afterwards, it's a 6 kilogram set, and unfortunately that was too much.
I think that's
yeah.
enough. That's everyone's show and tell for the meeting.
Did I ever bring lightsabers to show and tell?
Which it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
right?
you
Probably.
showed them when they were half
Monster
finished.
string for that.
Well, I know you working ones with me tonight.
I
Show
think
them off
it
at
was
once.
spring there.
And they're very
combined
cool.
with-
I was gonna say, why not? Just show them off anyway. You've got the gear, they're within reach. You can show them off.
We've already spent more time
people
talking about
like
it.
Bring them,
Get
show the
someone.
class your stuff.
Yay!
Be heavy.
Show us what you got. Hi, guys.
Yeah.
You're awfully,
What's going on?
you're awfully aggressive with that, Brian.
He's waiting to get
I don't know how to use a lightsaber.
Neither did anyone in the new movies. It's fine.
Yes. So yes, if anyone has any anger or frustrations to take out.
I do.
You can't just lightsaber the federal government. It doesn't work that way.
Please do.
Find a
way.
I have a ball now.
A federal representative is taking on a child.
And it's not even on camera. Oh my god.
Oh, you knocked the projectile out of alignment.
The camera. Nobody's the camera.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I got
Lucky you have this
I was like, is that where your lightsaber?
I had no hand. Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, I do have this around.
Originally. If no one else has
Really
any
cool flavor.
surprise things they want to show
Actually,
off.
what I was
Hurry, someone.
Okay, that looks like enough for today. Because clearly what I designed. So we have. We got a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Bye. Okay. So some upcoming events. Of course, we have Python workshop every Wednesday, and TCP/IP every Sunday with Dustin and Peter. Right? Yes. If you want to come out and learn about Python, it's every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And TCP/IP is from 6 p.m. till I think like 3 a.m. on Sundays. I think it goes pretty. It can go late. People leave early around like 9. Right? Right? Around 9. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This Saturday we have our LAN party, so it starts at noon, and it'll probably get out around midnight for most people. But I'm sure Omega will be there playing for the next 12 hours. And we might have a lot of Smash going on this time. Because, which I know Omega will get lots of rage at. This Saturday is also our Electron Microsoft Workday, so if you want to come learn about the SEM and help get it up and working, you show up at 12 o'clock and work with Casey and John Cope and help get it running again. DC 407 Security Night's meeting on Thursday the 24th at 7:30, which I think is here, led by Willa. I think Dustin's doing that. Dustin.
Are we getting a free Tesla? Are we getting a free Tesla?
I don't think it's.
No.
If you have to Tesla, it's free.
Oh, yeah, well,
Well, that was
$500 million,
something for love.
right? So it's a
Yeah,
lot of free
as far as I
Teslas.
know.
Okay, but it's on Thursday, the 24th.
I thought it was just a free. Oh, it was $900.
Pacific Florida Pie Jam is on Saturday, the 26th at 1 p.m. So if you don't want to mess with a pie, or you can do that over here. We also have our monthly modular synth meetup on Monday, the 28th. So if you want to learn about synthesizers and play around with them, come around here and hang out. It'll be nice and loud. We also have a soldering class early February on Saturday, on the February 2nd, and laser class starting up again. Every Saturday, the same day as soldering. It'll be after soldering.
The first Saturday of the month.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Did you say a laser class?
Yes, the laser 101 class. So that's required. It's required to take that class to learn how to be able to use a laser.
Oh, gotcha.
Class.
I
Is it
understand.
safe to say the absolute was fixed?
Huh?
Is it safe to say the absolute was fixed?
The
That
laser.
was a long time ago.
The laser's fine.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, we usually try to get the laser fixed as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
It's one of the
It
tools
was
that's
live
used
streamed.
by far the
Oh,
most.
yeah, it's true.
I think I bought Nick a pizza that night.
Yeah, you did.
We also have open house on the first Tuesday in February, and our radio and electronics build meeting is on next February, and that looks like it until the next meeting.
There's actually one more that I want to say. It's not here. It's actually at Maker Effects, but I posted in channel. There was some pretty good reception for it. The amateur radio technician class, if you want to get your technician license for ham radio, they're putting on a class at Maker Effects on the 26th of January at 8:30 in the morning. I think it goes to like 3 in the afternoon or something like that, so it's an all-day thing. I believe it's $30 for the whole thing, or if you just need to take the class, or just need to take the test, it's 15.
Includes pizza lunch.
Yeah, includes pizza lunch.
Do they do all the tests or just?
This time they're just doing just the technician, but if they get enough reception, they're going to do more.
And the way the Eventbrite reads is you probably review the stuff ahead of time before you walk into the class as well.
Yeah, but it's a very close offering in a very friendly environment for all of us at a somewhat convenient time.
8:30 in the morning.
Well, usually they're 5 in the afternoon on a weekday.
It also gets out around 3.
Yeah, but you don't have a job right now.
I have a job. It's just not functional.
She doesn't have a paycheck.
She has a
Does anyone here have their exercise?
I think Hillsborough might have his extra.
I'm working on mine.
I think Hillsborough does, yeah.
He doesn't have an extra. No, but Hillsborough I think does.
Left it on my
Peter might actually.
Zero.
Yeah, so maybe one.
Last I heard was we just needed someone to take the special exam thing to become proper.
Yep,
Correct.
to do it here. Yep.
Yeah. The one down there, Maker Effects, is actually partnering with the Disney people, the Disney ham radio people to do theirs.
Yeah, so one of their partners is actually.
Yeah, correct.
I would like to learn bacon radio.
What day was that you said?
Yum.
The 26th January. It's on the Maker Effects.
I have their calendar. It's not weird.
It's on their Eventbrite. I'll send you the link. Or look in general back just a little bit for like
I know,
where
I
ham
saw
radio.
it. I was-
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
So that's
Weird.
it on an events for right now.
Yeah,
I think
sorry.
We're on to testimonials, so we cut mine off the first time.
Cut me off.
Cut off, Mike.
Before testimonials, one more item that we need to bring up. It didn't make it on the agenda, but ops. We need ops people. So if you are interested in helping the lab and being useful, we need people who can help. So
We do really exciting things, like buy paper towels.
And put things on the calendar.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And get the gas tanks
We
refilled.
we got the
Yeah.
me and
Yes.
there was like Eric and like there's coworkers here got the gas. Hopefully they got the right tanks. I haven't looked.
They do. I checked.
Yeah.
So if anyone,
Roberts is good.
if anybody is interested in helping the lab out and wanting to be a part of ops, ask any of the board members, current ops members, talk to us, and we will see about getting you included in that. Okay.
All the glory.
I'm gonna toss this to Lily so that Lily can do all the testimonials. Actually, you know what?
You're not going to read all 25 million of
I'm not.
policies.
Yes.
I need all
I think
of them
Alice
read.
should read all of her own.
No. Yes.
sit your $5 ass down. So normally Matt reads these and he does it in stupid accents. So I'm gonna carry on the tradition and do it in stupid accents.
Oh boy.
I'm excited for this.
There were about 20 submitted for Alice. I'm not reading them all because half of those were submitted by Siraj in the 5 minutes before the meeting.
One of them is for me. Myself.
Nick says for Alice, wait, she's not a member? Fix this immediately.
Also fix that immediately.
Fix this immediately. Sources say she is not, quote, 3 raccoons in a trench coat. I'm not so sure. Other sources say she makes excellent soup. I am sure of this. That is all. Jackie says of Alice, her daughter.
Wait.
Despite being such a slacker that she asked for a testimonial from her mommy, there's a fine art and even responsibility to her laziness. This seems very in line with the spirit of FamiLAB. She's an enthusiastic volunteer, or at least a dutiful voluntold, and those are useful. Lindsay writes, to my knowledge, Alice has never worn a trench coat. This makes me feel confident that she is not 3 raccoons or 2 yellow minions pretending to be a human. She arrived as a youngster with a soul already corrupted by America, so she can't blame us. She makes great food, and that is imperative to potluck events. P.S. I have tried to get her to admit to killing. She has not divulged any info on the subject. She must be kill-free and or great at keeping secrets. Thumbs up.
Have you never been a good liar?
A quote, legitimate member writes of Alice, it has come to my attention that Alice is in fact 3 raccoons in a trench coat. Those raccoons should not be members.
Can the collective be a member though?
That's the end of your testimony. We also got some for Authentic, and these are actually real good testimonials that are actually
not made of raccoons.
KNKP, who is Steven says, Fantic is a lot of fun. Anytime I feel like talking about some new computer science or electronic thing I'm working on, Fantic is happy to jump in and go over the specs with me, and the conversation always diverges to the potential impact on society. Always a good time when he's around. And then Mike says, Fantic was one of the original members of FamiLAB back when I joined in 2011. He has always been a very knowledgeable person who isn't afraid to share his passion for 3D printers and making in general. I would love to welcome him back to the lab so that he may share this knowledge and energy with others. He also probably won't kill anyone.
I don't know, on purpose.
And that is the selection of testimonials for this month. Alice, Leon, and Fantic have finished that step of the membership process, so you'll get an email after the meeting with how to proceed further.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah, real people.
You're not a real person. You're just
I'm just raccoons.
Hey, where'd she go? She turns.
No, you're a minion.
We've trained the youth correctly.
All right, so new members. So we have a few people who want to introduce tonight. A few people who already introduced in the past that are coming back to us as well. So we'll start with Adam Remington.
There you go. There.
Yep, come on back up and
yeah.
You doing
it? Push, shove, push.
Yeah, we don't bring the camera to you.
Should we put the stool out? I was just trying to.
I don't think the
Where
camera.
is it? They made me do it twice.
It's under my legs.
Hey,
you want yours? This is my turn. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I was a member about a year or more back previously, and I just I started working on boats. So I get these boats. They're like boats. Me and my buddy get them sailboats, and we try and fix them up. So I was focusing on that for a long time, plus moving into a new house and going through a lot of stuff. So I didn't really have time to come out here. In the meantime, I bought my own 3D printer, and in the past couple weeks, I've gone through like 3 rolls of 3D filament. So I decided it's time for me to come back here and maybe put the books on hold for a little bit. But, yeah, I'm not making much progress on it, but harder than it was.
What do you want to teach us?
I could teach sailing.
Right.
So it's fun. I'm not that great at it, but I mean, I haven't tried doing it yet.
Are you at least 5 minutes ahead of anybody you'd be teaching?
Yeah, sure. There
Awesome.
you go. There's no shortage of water here.
Sure. There is a
It'll just finish hurricane.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
I'd have to guess.
Which one's your favorite number of the doctors?
10. It's gotta be 10.
How proficient are you on
Actually,
Little House on the Prairie episodes?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But 10 of the new ones I usually know about.
Do you like puppies?
I do. I have a big Dane at home that she's actually like 13, but she acts like a puppy. So.
I like him.
All right, count as a testimonial.
Give him a badge.
Any other questions for Mr. Adam?
What kind of 3D printer do you have?
I had to go cheap. I did an A9 A8.
Okay.
But I
Update
read
the firmware.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I read a whole ton of reviews after I got it on how it's the worst printer you can get because it's so cheap and whatnot.
No, they catch fire. That's the worry.
Okay, well, I did read a little bit of those reviews. I kind of skipped over those, hoping I'd be
Didn't you
okay.
just move, you said?
Do you have the water? That's what might have burned down.
Did Amazon say people who bought this also bought marshmallows?
But I haven't had any problems with it yet. I did have a hot end guy, and I replaced that.
If you need
No
help
fires
updating the firmware, I'll help you. That really is a huge danger.
Yeah.
I know of at least 2 houses that have burned down over A8.
It's printing right now. Let me go turn that on.
Like seriously, as soon as humanly possible, get that firmware updated. It's
I
that
do
serious.
I just donated one to the lab. It's sitting in there. I doubt if I've updated that, but it never caught fire, and I put about 10 tools to it.
It's that they don't have minimum temperature enabled, so if the thermistor wire breaks, it will just continually pump that heater all the way up, thinking it's at 0, and it runs away.
Yeah, that's how it,
And
that's
this
how
is
it burned out
like
my first pattern. Is it popped out, and the temp sensor popped out.
Yeah.
So it thought it was still low, and it just kept going.
So you have very lucky there, because it will,
Nice.
don't mess with it.
They're good printers, though. I enjoyed mine.
Yeah, I like it. It works pretty good. Just gotta level the bed like everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Next one is Charles Deason.
That's the dice. So, yeah, I have a phobia of biometrics, so I'll stay off the camera.
Okay.
I was here before. I had a for-profit project. I ran money, and I'm back.
Welcome home.
I'm back. I'm just back as DevOps support. So DevOps support meeting, I'm going to come in and hang out and make a little money. Whatever. Cool. Hang out and see what everybody else is doing. Maybe
eBay's still a thing.
Huh?
eBay is still a thing.
eBay. Yeah. Well, I scripted Mechanical Turk. I already scripted that. It's kind of hard. I changed it up a lot.
Do you like working with AWS?
I'm actually now moving. I'm moving a project from AWS to Azure, which is fun. AWS is a DevOps nightmare. A lot of scripts and stuff. So, a little cheaper. Yeah, that's it. It's fully line. I have 15 years in corporate IT, by the way. That's kind of like my background.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So the big belly building and switch around.
When's the last time you killed someone?
I work from home. I'm actually, you know, it's funny. My title's a vice president. I have a vice president title.
I have a question. What's your opinion on parents not letting their children have pets?
No more questions.
If it were my daughter, she would have to demonstrate competency. She'd have to clean up the yard and
I've had
put food down.
I've had a band plan for 5 years, and my dad still says
We're not gonna bring this up.
It's true.
No, no.
So what class are you going to teach?
I don't know. The .NET, the Microsoft stack is sort of the antithesis of Maker, right? I mean,
It's open source now.
I'm doing a SQL migration right now. I'm not really sure. I mean, SQL Server is really kind of boring. You could do PowerShell scripting, maybe it's a little fun, it's a little dry.
You can write almost any program in SQL. It's just
It's all,
yes.
yeah. Well, Link's fun. I don't know if Link is the coders friendly SQL. Yeah.
That's the word C#.
Yeah, Link is, you just kind of write off.
Can you used to work in SQL when you had a job?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm curious, what would you do for mission critical SQL? Is that like MySQL?
It depends on the project and the trade study, and this is on the internet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can discuss this after we're not broadcasting on the internet.
Yeah.
The Russians are
It's all those people just sitting in a text file somewhere.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a paycheck. She still has a job.
It's
For
written,
now.
it's written in Morse code in text files.
In Russian.
Yes.
With Windows or Unix style Linux.
All right, thank you. Next person on the list is Lucas.
Where's Lucas?
No more questions.
Okay, no Lucas. Charles Acker.
Charles.
Wow. And that is the list.
I
Is
think
there
Eric
anything
wants to reintroduce.
Eric, you gonna reintroduce?
Sure.
All right.
Someone right there.
Hey, Dennis.
Was it
Mark.
Dennis? Come on up, Dennis. If you have not filled out the membership application, we'll get that to you afterwards.
Okay.
But
I just got it.
Mary?
okay.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
And
Hi,
Dennis. I am a junior at UCF. I'm studying computer engineering. I'm honestly looking at FamiLAB as an extension of UCF's current workspace. I go in there for student projects and things of that nature, and quite often I interact with other students there, and I'm just interested to learn, whatever it is that they're working on, like soldering, and also working with microchips. Not too familiar with that yet, but I've seen online that you guys have active classes and things of that nature, and I'm interested in being able to learn and pick up as many valuable skills as possible.
You're already valuable here.
Nerf guns.
We put on a need basis.
Nerf guns, 3D printing, how to take over the world.
Something
I
gross.
like that.
What class do you want to teach at FamiLAB?
Good question.
Well, I don't really have an idea yet.
I have an idea.
You have an
You said
idea?
you want to learn about microchips.
There you go.
So I'm 5 minutes ahead of the rest of the class to teach Arduino 101.
I have a question. What if you're in software engineering or something? Is that your actual your major software engineering?
Computer.
Computer engineering. What is it all open source? Are you introduced to any Microsoft stack at all, or is it all pretty dry?
Yes. Partial electronics and partial software.
Okay.
The last class that I got out of with was forgot it.
Like open source stuff, C++, Perl,
Right.
Python,
Object-oriented programming for beginners.
No, not object oriented.
Java.
Right. I did really bad in the class.
Really?
High five.
No, no, it wasn't anything program related. It was. It'll come back to me, but nothing program related.
Lisp. No.
I have another question.
Yes.
It's a much easier question. What is your favorite fandom? between like movies, TVs, novels, books.
Good burger.
I haven't heard that one. Good burger. Nice.
Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? And why is Donatello?
Not really a fan of Ninja Turtles.
There's the door.
What is the Ninja Turtle?
We're talking old school Ninja Turtles, not the new bullshit.
I watched Power Rangers more than Ninja Turtles.
Oh, really?
Alright, yeah, so what's your favorite color of them?
He's too young to have experienced the original Ninja Turtles.
But how does that translate color-wise?
It's almost 1-to-1.
Which Megazord is your favorite? And Megazords, right?
Lily's a
Tabs
nerd.
or spaces?
I'll have to forgive her.
Tabs.
And what is the tab width? How many spaces?
That's a real question.
Can we just keep
It's
going?
it's old.
Oh, they're taking the back.
Oh, Tony,
4, 3.
No, it's
2.
4.
It's 2.
I looked up after my first week.
Oh,
I was like,
13.
what the hell is this question? Why do they always ask to every season?
And also, I enjoy woodworking, so I
What
Hey,
kind
we
of
have an
woodworking?
entire warehouse.
Are you a returning person or are you a
like I would like to say
cabinetry?
I'm into making functional things. Recently, I just got done creating a workbench. So I like creating things with wood. And as weird as it sounds, I found that while taking classes at UCF.
We have a table.
Machining is part of my IT job, so yeah, I understand.
I'm also having this thing. One problem at a time.
One horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses.
He's done. Could you imagine like
Runs away.
All right.
All duck back fries.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you have
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Tell us about yourself a little bit.
So I'm Mari Krager.
Hi, Mari.
Hi, Mari. I didn't know I had to get up here.
We don't bite much. We just nibble gently.
I don't like to
Context.
coffee, but anyway. So what do you
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
What do you want to learn?
Well, I have a laser at home. I have an FamiLAB mini.
Ooh.
So my biggest interest is in the laser because this would stick with more power. So I just want to learn to do bigger projects. But I also have to learn on the team was helping me the other day, AI, because my laser does not use AI. So I have to learn AI, just work on the laser. I also want to start working out with wood. I'm kind of interested in learning how to make the CAD. What am I talking about? Oh, by the way,
The wood CNC?
yeah, that. I know Adam from years ago. We used to work together. And he's the one that told me about doing that.
Did you ever work on his boat?
What's your favorite? What's your favorite Pokemon? I'm a lot older. Sorry, but I have dogs. I love dogs. I like her.
No dogs.
I like dogs.
What materials do you primarily use for engraving and cutting on your laser at home?
I didn't hear you. What?
What kind of material are you most use on your
You
laser
know
at home?
what? It's like as soon as I got it, I just started doing like by request. Lots of glasses and mugs. That's probably the thing that I've made the most is glasses and mugs. So I've gotten really good at that, but I want to work more with wood.
Cool.
And do more like, cutting out shapes and building stuff. And that's fun. I do acrylic too. I also do acrylic.
Nice.
Do you do any PVC on your laser? That's a good idea.
She's still alive, so.
There's gory pictures from the laser channel from a couple days ago.
Yeah, somebody's going to cut the.
Really?
Yeah. So, There's a, yeah, it was actually copied from Maker Texas Slack. There were somebody who found they were doing the vinyl record art using the laser, and they would actually, you're not, but they did it as a profession, and they actually would just consider the laser a consumable item. Like the entire laser was a consumable
For the
item.
record, your treasurer says that laser's not consumable.
The amount of corrosion on that laser was significant. Sorry. Yeah, so don't go by it.
The C in PVC.
Anything else?
All right, thank you.
Yay!
Come on up.
What? So, oh, hi.
Welcome, Eric.
Again.
So, a bit of a long story why I'm up here tonight. Bit hungry yesterday, and I went and got a burger. And Mike said, "You should come and reintroduce yourself." I'm here.
Short story that I thought it was.
Zeros and I were at Five Guys. We ran to Eric. It was great.
Do you eat any peanuts? Five Guys?
No, I didn't have to.
That place will
I
stop you.
had a burger at Five Guys.
He did. It was a
What
buffalo
kind of
burger.
burger did you get?
The wrapped bacon cheeseburger, wrapped in lettuce and dipped in the bun. It's their special.
Did you get yourself a drink?
No, I have no drink.
This is
Dad.
Okay.
Nothing.
Thank
Nothing.
You had some mayo to your burger?
There was no mayo on this burger.
Is everybody hungry?
I mean.
So what brings you back to the lab? Why do you want to be a member again after leaving us forever?
Well, I'm back in Florida again.
I avoided that.
How do you know it's
Not being 18 hours away kind of helps.
A little bit of a lot.
That's a
Where
drive.
were you?
Illinois.
Why?
Family and took a short-term job while I was there, help out family. So.
Illinois isn't that far away. You could have come visited us.
I was in Chicago
I did for Christmas.
in December.
Did you go
For
see him?
Christmas.
No,
Oh, okay.
I was in Chicago in December, like the first week of December.
Who do you main and smash?
Right now, Kirby, but that's just because I want to see how far I can get from the main story. I haven't beat the story yet. So.
Kirby is so sad. A new Smash.
It's a challenge.
Are you coming to the
No.
video game party this weekend?
Yes.
On the land party?
Yes.
No,
Nobody knows what a land is anymore.
Wait, which day is that this weekend?
Saturday.
I'll be at the
Hey, there's
Highland
calendar.
Games throwing axes.
But you can be here after the Highland Games.
Yeah, they
no,
close
I'll be at Otronicon.
We'll pull it in
this
Tron.
weekend?
This is
We're always the
Yes.
same weekend as the Highland Games.
Welcome back, Eric.
Do you-
Welcome back, Eric.
Do you think people should play Fortnite?
Oh.
No.
I think if you play Fortnite, you're out of person.
Good answer.
There's a couple people who just came in from the edge. I don't know if there's people introducing me. Okay. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Don't be afraid, you
Come
can
on,
come in,
don't
don't bite
touch
much.
me.
We don't buy it,
I pushed
Why are you
but
Hi. Yeah, we are you here to introduce?
No.
I'm not.
Well, if you're not going to introduce, then I'll go ahead and say that we have reached the end of our meeting.
yay!
You made it. Alice,
Consider running for board.
Alice and Dentic will both receive emails. If you're interested in knowing more about the board and are interested in possibly being part of the board, contact one of the board members or one of the ops, and we'll get you sorted out. Come to our next meeting. Yes.
How do you sign up for the laser class?
It's gonna be on Eventbrite soon-ish,
Yes.
probably by the end, no later than.
On Eventbrite, and then where is the link gonna be? It's on the
It'll be on the calendar even.
Okay.
And there'll be a link.
And if you ask Brian nicely, maybe he'll put it in events and classes.
Yes.
Look at that.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Great. So, is there any other questions? Anything else before we close the meeting?
Respective members, see me in like 10 minutes.
Yes. Anybody introduced, please come see Lily.
Yes.
I see Lily.
All right. Thank you. And that is the end of our January meeting. Thank you all.
Yay!